America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Now, it may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared.
This is your victory. Now, I know you didn't do this just to win an election. And I know you didn't do it for me. You did it because you understand the enormity of the task that lies ahead.
You're not going to believe this. He killed 16 Czechoslovakians. Guy was an interior decorator. His house looked like shit.
What?
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
And now we're going to send you to the corner.
Ooh, Skin Man, villain in disguise.
If podcasts were judged by effort, they would get an A. Unfortunately, it's not. It's TJ and Coach Casey, and it's the middle of the road.
There we go. It's true.
A for effort.
A for effort, like a C for, but it's a C. We're passing. We're here and we're giving it our best.
Catholic school C or public school C? Because a Catholic school C is like a 95%. I think.
I don't know if that's true. It just depends on what your relationship is with the head bishop, in a Catholic school. Yep. So you can have all kinds of different passing grades. So, well, it's 4:10. I'm Coach Casey. He said that. This is TJ.
That I am.
Behind me, I did an intro for him. That's Skin Man.
He's got like the best intro of any of us.
He does.
What's up, party people?
Party people.
He did nail that one. I guess I should have that in there. You got one.
You can call me Officer T.J. Hooker.
I like that.
Sheriff Officer T.J. Hooker.
See, you got one. I don't even have one.
We'll come up.
Oh, that
one.
the R word one was for me.
Yeah.
So how you guys been this week? It's only been 5 days. You didn't have as much time. Skin Man, we'll start with you. What have you been up to? How did your competition go?
There was the top 10 barbecuers at this competition.
In the world, or you just saying they judged the top 10? Because they always do.
We took 80th out of 102. I thought we knew how to cook.
So what did you cook in this? What were your three? Did you do all three categories, or was there multiple? Or?
Oh, there was pulled pork, chicken, and ribs.
Okay.
And
what was your highest score?
I'm not sure how the scoring goes.
What was your highest place? Like the highest?
It was 80th.
Oh,
and I think that
just
was
overall. You don't get like 80th.
Well, see, my buddy goes
79th in chicken.
Yeah, that's what I say. My buddy, he goes, he'll get like 23rd in one, then 123rd and something, and 50th and something or whatever.
I just averaged it.
Yeah. How much turkey did you sell?
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
So it was a win for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't really celebrate that much. I still danced it out a little bit.
Well, I was going to say, you got to take your wins where they come. That's not fair to not celebrate your victories. You've earned them.
My buddy had taken 3 tubes of bologna to go ahead and smoke those.
Yeah.
And it turned out fantastic.
Sounds horrible, but I'm glad you liked it.
So you ate a lot of bologna.
He didn't.
That sounds like a lot of bologna.
He didn't sell enough.
No.
No, he lost his ass.
I'm sorry.
Which is why I couldn't really celebrate that Saturday evening.
Did he have fun at all, or did you guys drink or anything?
Oh, yeah.
You guys,
there was
good times had.
It was not a sober.
Don't come here and bring me down. He came in here bringing me down. I was before the show here. I'm gonna have to, before the show, I was up here dancing and stuff. I was.
This is how we do it. All hands are in the air.
Funny thing, this is Casey singing this song.
This was sent over to us by the Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. You'll hear it right here. Hold on, it takes a second. We probably got kicked off for that. That's not original music, guys, by the way, so don't kick us off.
And that concludes this episode of White Guys Dancing.
He's so good at it.
But I was celebrating and dancing, come in here, let's get positive, guys. We've had enough negativity.
Mine wasn't really that negative.
No, I'm just playing with you. Nobody's was negative. His wasn't either. I was just hoping he said we tore it up, we kicked ass, we got first place, we sold everything.
It was a lot of fun. It was a learning opportunity.
Okay.
You see any babes?
Well, it was a solid
at the barbecue.
Keachai 3.
Yeah. You don't know. There might be barbecue groupie chicks. That
Barbecue beds, man. Look at that chick over there. I'll bet she ain't over 2 1/4. I'll guarantee it.
They might come for shit like that. I don't
There
know.
was maybe 8 out of 1,500.
Nah, there's
8
I'm sure.
chicks total?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah,
some
but,
of
like,
those
some
guys,
dudes' wives drag
that's what
their
I
wives,
said,
yeah,
but
that's
most
what
of the ones that do aren't going to those competitions, and most of the dudes that cook barbecue full time aren't fit, hot-looking dudes with jacked-up trucks. And
No, these dudes that won, they were.
I'm not saying none of them are. I'm
pushing 3.
Yeah,
It
the
was-
best ones are. Do you want to buy barbecue from a skinny guy or a good-looking guy with a good-looking wife, or do you want to buy it from a big dude with his wife slopping coleslaw?
Yeah,
and,
maybe so.
I'm just saying, you go into a restaurant and they're
Just
all
didn't know
skinny.
it's like a groupie thing, you know?
Then my other buddies, they've done competitions before, and it's like that's a $5,000 smoker, and it's like
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
How much monies does number 1 get?
I don't remember.
See, a lot of them
so hungover.
A lot of them
Did you
do
try his
sponsors
stuff?
and stuff.
Do what?
Did you try like any of the top 10 guys' stuff?
Not the top 10 guys,
Yeah.
but I walked around and I snacked a lot with people that I'd met on Friday evening
Yeah.
and Saturday.
I was just kind of wondering what's the difference.
Skin
between
drunk, walking
number-
around meeting people and selling
Absolutely.
jerky.
You know me.
Yeah. You want some
Wearing a
jerky?
denim and apron.
Yeah.
No, we couldn't sell until Friday, and we got there Thursday.
Okay.
The pig shots, he did pig shots too, which is hot links, and then those are wrapped in bacon and then filled with cream cheese,
Okay.
and those are fantastic.
Fantastic.
And now that's it for Meat Talk,
Yeah.
except unless you've got something. Well, how was your weekend or week or whatever? You had a couple things.
I think, we had family over yesterday for Easter.
I was
'cause
going
it
to say, how was your Easter,
weekend.
buddy? We didn't
Oh,
get there.
We didn't do a whole lot.
Well, happy Easter, by the way.
Yep.
Do you say happy Easter? Or is
I
it?
think Happy Easter.
Okay. I think that's what they say. Is it? Because that's when he came back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that is happy.
He is
then.
risen.
He is risen, yes.
That sounds a lot better than zombie Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's frowned upon in a lot of states.
Well, I mean, and the only way I know to come back would be as a zombie, but
I guess so.
that's fine. So what else? You had family thing?
Yeah, so we had people over yesterday, and then we had just finished eating, and we're wrapping down, and we had an event in our neighborhood.
You did.
We did. That's all over the news
And
right
I had
now.
actually sent that story to myself to talk about it because I recognized that I didn't know if it was in your neighborhood, but I knew it was a pond on the southwest side of town. We don't want to give away too close to where you live.
Yeah.
We don't want people showing up over there.
So my sister was getting ready to leave. She was walking out. She shut the door. And, it was just perfect timing for when it happened. And I was like, God damn, she slammed the shit out of the door, but it shook the whole fucking house. Like, the whole house just shook like crazy. And I was like,
She's been lifting, but
I was
not
like-
that lifting that much.
I was like,
Did
Jesus.
she get on some? Did she actually drink your vitamin water?
Yeah, I guess.
Because
So-
your vitamin water gives you big arms.
Yep, it did. So I was like, God damn. And then I was like, no, that wasn't the door. So I was like, shit, my grill is on out there, and April's walking out there with the baby. And I was like, hopefully my grill didn't explode or something. So I opened the door real fast.
I like that you worried about your grill, not the baby.
No, I was worried about April and the baby. So I opened the door real fast and run out, and she's walking out to her car, and she goes, what was that? It's like, I don't know.
Well, here's Skin Man. I don't know if you can see over my shoulder. He don't have the pictures pulled up so you can, but this was the front of the house that was left.
And now it's in the back of the house.
And this is
It's across a street.
and like the pond's right behind him on the pond. You just see the hole in the roof and like the house missing.
Yeah. So we walked out, and we saw like a different color of gray smoke. And of course, all my neighbors are coming out. We're like, what? Everybody's like, what the fuck was that? What was that?
Were
And
they
then-
saying what the fuck was that? Do you have
Yeah.
cussing neighbors? You
Yeah.
guys live in a vulgar Southwest
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So
No,
then- then-
yoikers! What was that?
Then darker smoke, and then
More.
huge flames.
Accelerant?
Like 80 feet in the air, probably. And
What was he building? We could play a game. What was he building?
he was building shit you probably shouldn't be building in your house. Supposedly fireworks.
Was he a license? You don't know. We
We
don't
don't
know
know
no
yet.
stories. Okay.
So we were trying to figure out where it was at.
He was building fireworks.
where it was at. Look from
Horrible
From
story.
my point of view, it looked straight east, but
Okay.
it actually my wife was right. She was like, I think that's over by Big T's house, which is one of my high school friends, and we kind of live about 2 or 3 blocks away from each
Mm-hmm.
other. Well, come to find out, it was Big T's next door neighbor, and he was the first guy on the scene.
And this is where I said, don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. This was the story that he started me out with, was this.
So he was the first person I called just to see if he heard it.
We'll say this.
He didn't answer.
His stuff was good, too good.
Yeah. So I called him first. He didn't answer. I texted him. I said, did you hear that? Are you okay? And I didn't get a response till several hours later. But he was the first one there, and he saw something he's never going to forget, and it was pretty horrific. I mean, the guy was obviously not alive.
Man.
And there was three
I don't
separate
know that you
explosions.
live that.
That second explosion, me and Bristol had got up on the roof because I was still trying to figure it. And another thing was, it looked straight east, and Bristol's dad, his girlfriend, just happens to live in our neighborhood too. And it looked like, from my point of view, that it was straight by her house. So Bristol called her like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And she's like, "No, I'm fine. I think it's a couple
the other
blocks
way,
away." Yeah. So anyways, we got up on the roof, and then the second explosion, we saw the flames come up first. It was like, and then boom, just shook everything again. So I think Big T and them, they got him, and maybe it was like his father-in-law and his neighbors they couldn't get the guy out because it was too much flames. So they didn't get hurt, just that guy and some of his dogs. I guess his wife was in the backyard and his kid was not home.
That sucks, man. That's crazy. That's where I don't know if he was a guy that built him, if this was a personal thing, if he was getting ready for 4th of July. It's right around the corner, what it is.
So what they're saying is that since it was an explosion, it's a bigger deal as far as investigations. So
I'm sure.
They've got like fire marshal, or
I'm
I read something
Well,
different.
yeah, because you automatically go to, was it fireworks or was this some sort of,
Like
was
he's
he building
building bomb,
explosions or explosives? So
I mean, I'm sure we'll find out. And I saw that Big T's wife was getting interviewed on the news right before I left.
Well, we'll pull that up and play it on a later show. No.
Yeah.
Today's show, not to switch subjects here, is brought to you by Viking Revolution Beard Wash. I guess the guys at Viking watched an episode, thought I had a funky beard, sent some on over for me to try. I'm day one.
I used that.
Is that what you use?
Yeah.
You like it, don't you?
His beard is longer
I
right
got
now.
it.
His is longer.
I got it for Christmas.
He's probably been going a little long. I'd say he's probably got me beat, and he's definitely thicker down there because he started with the neck thing. So
What's the measure on that
Hold on
beard
a
right
second.
now?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's get a side by side. I'd say that's pretty gay, and let's say, I mean, he's.
Whoa, dude! Get in touch with your other side. Just get in touch.
I mean,
I just got in touch with his other side, and it
Yeah,
seemed fine.
I,
Chubbed up a tiny bit. So what? He has.
You
Your
guys are
skin
pretty
is so
close.
much softer than I would have. From this distance, I would have judged.
Well,
so
I am greasy.
I don't know where to go from
well,
that.
he
so
just took a ride in the motorcycle, man.
he did. That's what I said. He's aired out. He's dried. He's
He
clean.
had a helmet on though, so.
Have you guys ever heard of the Universal Old School Barber discount?
Is it like a?
Skin Man? I know it's been a while since
I
you've.
haven't.
You haven't.
What do you got to
to
do that? Is
You
it
just-
like a?
Yeah, you just walk. No, you just walk in, and he says,
Secret
"Hair."
handshake.
Nope.
Yeah.
You walk in, and he says, "Haircut, please." And I'll try to get kind of here where you can see me if I can get this. And you normally sit your hands down at the top of the seat like this, right?
Yeah.
Palms down.
Mm-hmm.
You just do them like this.
Is that like, please, sir, I want a cheap discount?
Yeah, no, it's a universal discount. So that way, if he's, and I'm not saying something happens or doesn't happen, but
Does
if
he like slap your hand to give it to you?
no, he
It's not
slaps
what
your
he's
hand.
going for.
He slaps your hand. Yes.
Oh, is he putting something in your hand?
Yeah, he leans into the
Yes.
haircut. I mean, it's just whatever. I'm not saying he does or he doesn't.
Oh,
I'm saying
I've
you
never
know.
heard of this.
You know your
How do you know this?
my barber was a practitioner of the universal discount, and I walked in one time with an older gentleman. He had his palms up. I never seen nothing. I just seen palms up, and they got done. And he said $5.99. And I looked up and I said, man, that haircut has been $10.99. Maybe there's a discount for seniors. And I said, no, this guy's only in his maybe 50s.
Mm-hmm.
I said, he's not a senior. That's not right. So I sat there and I sat down. I got my hair cut, and I didn't notice. So I went in, and I said, hey, when does this guy get his hair cut again? And I said, why? I said, you just cut hair better after him.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I need, so he said, I think he's scheduled for next Thursday at like noon. I said, well, I'm on school that day. I said, but
12:30.
I said, you know what? I'll be there at 12:15. Can I have the next appointment? He said, yeah, it's 12:30. I said, cool, I'll be there at 12:15. He said, you have school? I said, I'll get out. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in. Second time he's sitting there, palms up, but I didn't notice it again. third time I notice it, so I sit down, palms up, man. I got a $5.99 haircut, and I got an experience I'll never forget. But after that, I got the discount.
How was the haircut?
Great.
Yeah.
One of the best haircut ever.
Defrost your tips?
No. It wasn't. It's usually not a finisher haircut. It's not that. It's just you're giving him the option. And I'm not saying barbers take you up on it or not, okay?
So it's an Earl Grey situation.
Yes. I got the frosted tips. We got it.
I'll bet you did.
The guy I work with last week, he goes, I'm leaving early. I said, oh, where are you going? He's, I'm going to go get a facial.
All right.
And I said, from a guy or a girl? And he goes, my daughter's in cosmetology school, but it was right over his head. But he's my daughter.
Man,
That's so much worse.
Yeah.
We had a salesman that went and got a haircut in the middle of work one day, and I've never let that guy live it down every single day. I'm like, nice haircut, Miles. Man, you're looking good, bud. He listens occasionally, so he doesn't know why.
Sweet haircut, Miles.
Well, we have a new listener, and I don't know if is it too early to go to him, or should we wait a little while, or what? I don't know if we want to.
Oh, the one that called?
Yeah, we got a new
let's hear
caller.
it.
We got a guest listener. I guess a lot of people find the show different ways. Not sure how, but we have a recorded line, and I'll give the number out sometime. But you can call in different ways. And he found our line, and this call came. I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly. Hello, is this thing recording? Donald Trump here.
No, he said his name.
Just found the show, the Middle of the Road podcast recently, and I'm a big fan of everything TJ does. I'm glad you finally got off the road and out of New Mexico before they finished my wall. Congratulations on turning 40. It's a heck of a milestone. That thing you said about silvers cracks me up every time. I try explaining it to a lot of my friends, but then I just have to explain what silvers are in general, and it ruins the fun of it sometimes. So far, the liberal Coach Casey's only said the one thing that's made me laugh, the black thing. That was hilarious. Everything else, boring. You don't like me, I guess. TJ, I've enjoyed the red splash with you. I enjoyed the Tommy the Cat story and so much more. That one-on-one you did with the Liver King was so great, mainly because Coach Casey wasn't there. I love wrestling stuff. You know I've done wrestling before, right? UFOs are real. Sorry, I've got to go, but I would like to call another time. Wow, that's probably our biggest call in.
I like that
guy. He seems to be a fan of you, not me. I would obviously we could guess that. Nothing even about. I was surprised.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah. But see, the thing about that was, I was trying to listen to where he was. I don't think he's broken to season 2 yet. So I think he's started from the beginning. And working his way up. So I'm interested to see if he keeps calling.
Who wouldn't like the story about Tommy the Cat?
I know. That's why I said he was nailing some of them silvers. I figured he'd get that one. I'm sure he had to look up. We talked about what.
He probably didn't even know what that was.
Well,
really.
you said coins, and then I think he probably has at some point he's throwing them at people.
Yeah.
He's
at pours.
Tips. He tips people with
like,
silvers. I bet now he's just walking around. Here's a silver.
Yeah. He's like, hey, you want a silver for a tip?
You want pretty soon we'll get a Donald Trump silver.
Dude.
Wow.
How come I don't have like a Donald Trump anything over here?
We'll get it up. You can have. You want his. I'll get the signed letter up there for you.
Signed picture.
We'll get one.
He'd sign one for me.
I'm sure he would. I'll see if he'll
look
send
how
one
much
over.
he likes my show.
I know
our show.
Your show. I think he fast forwards to my talking, which is a lot of the show. But
he doesn't like liberal Casey. That's for sure.
I don't know.
That was awesome.
I like that he liked the Liver King interview because not enough people went and found that. So go find that.
Yeah,
that was
great.
Fine work of TJ. So, what do you think? You never heard of him?
No. Who was that?
That was the Donald, man.
He used to be the president.
He was the former and going to be future president of the United States.
Probably
back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, you should have. You would think he set our country back to the 18. No, politics in general these days have set our country back to the 1890s. So we've learned about the So you guys never heard of that? All right. Well, if you've heard of the Universal Barber discount, or you had a barber in your small town that practiced it, let us know.
My wife cuts my hair, and sometimes like she rubs
Don't
her
do
tits
it.
on
I'm
me.
telling you, man. I switched to a girl barber and tried that the first time. Not the same.
I don't know.
They do not like that. They take that as a no.
I
did write down somewhere on here. Don't do it to women.
I pay my wife with like give her sex to. cut my
Oh, that
hair.
sucks, man. So,
Mm-hmm.
God, she's got to cut your hair and do that. That's 2 jobs, man. That's
She
horrible.
gets to win twice.
That's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I go over to 21st Street Barbershop, and that's where Marvin did this.
You get your beard
Yeah.
lined up.
You get your hair trimmed up.
Well, he goes around the ears and around the back, and I got a pair
You
of
tell him.
clippers.
You say, leave the sides and take a
Yeah,
little
I
bit
get
off
it.
the top.
It's only going to be a half price haircut.
Yeah,
so
it
he
should
did,
be.
He didn't even charge about going around the block. And it's like, okay.
You pay for the beard trim, and we'll get you here. We got the rest, buddy.
Yeah.
While we're on the Trump stuff, he was at UFC 287, and dude, that guy was getting love. I mean,
Yeah.
I think a mix. He did get booed too quite a bit, but the announcers, Masvidal, even his retirement speech, the best
He's
president,
the best president ever, right there.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. And
Yeah.
that was the worst ever. Let's say this though, for
That's
guys that love
played
him,
out.
but that was also the worst ever chant because he could barely get that going in a crowd of 80-something thousand supporters,
Yeah.
and he couldn't get a good "Let's go, Brandon." So
Was his timing off?
he was. I think he was just trying too hard, and it was after they just watched him get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So it's hard to pump.
And he was retiring.
Yeah, and he's retiring, so they're sad about him getting beat, sad about him leaving, and then sad because he just couldn't get a good chant
Yeah.
going. I felt bad.
Well, we're talking about UFC. Let's talk about it. So our kid lost. The boy lost.
Yep, I have the results pulled up. The only one those are probably the 3 matches
Yeah.
I really care about. Was
Masvidal lost.
yeah, Rosales Jr., the 18-year-old. I don't think he might just turn 19 now.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's
He's
still
still in
18.
high school.
Yeah, but he first loss. It's gonna happen. Lost to
you
a
think he's getting laid after that? Like after he was on UFC?
hard to say. He's
When he
still
looks like
not
a
very. I
Muppet?
was gonna say he's not very good looking. But he's
I
not
don't
that
think
guy. He's that guy that is truly 100% focused into
Mhm.
this. Like
Yeah.
this is what his life is. I think he'll meet his wife and
Yeah,
all of that, and
probably
they'll
so.
have beautiful
He
Muppets
seems like a good
together.
kid,
No,
but-
I don't know. I don't know if he looks like a Muppet, but
So we both talked about it. We both watched the exact same fights, but I didn't. I mean, Masvidal, after he got taken down, he just couldn't do anything after that.
but I think what I would say was Burns held with him standing up just fine
Yeah.
and then dominated him on the ground. And where I would have thought he would have shined was standing up because that's Burns' weakness, and that proved it was time to go. But it was 37 and 39. It's not like they were, a lot. But that guy's
got a lot of
That's why I
miles
said
on
he's got
Masvidal's
50 professional fights, 50 plus.
all the shit
Well,
before,
the
yeah.
guy announced 20 in the streets. It's way more than
way
that.
more, yeah.
So, and plus he's got way more fish in the fire or whatever.
Yeah,
so
he's
I'm
owns
not a
that
fan of
boxing
him, but
thing.
he's a pretty smart business dude. He knows he jumped onto that same crowd of people that were supporting,
Yeah.
the riot or whatever, jumped on and picked him. And what's funny is I still love that him and Kobe Covington hate each other so much,
But
but
they
they're
love
both
Trump.
huge Trump guys. Like,
Yeah.
and Trump's even like, be friends, buds,
Yeah.
Wish I could do a good Trump impression. I'd try to do
No,
one.
you're
but
not very good at him.
I know I don't have it. But that Iggy knockout, man, that was the Azanye knockout over Pereira to end. That was, to me, can we agree that was one of the most violent knockouts ever?
Yeah.
I mean, even the knockout itself, because it looked like it was like beginning of that.
It was weird. It knocked him out and he didn't move. Like he was still like moving and then he hit him one more time.
Yeah, that.
No,
Well,
I'm
that
talking
left
about-
hand, that
yeah.
clip, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
but that first
you seen
hit,
his
he's-
eyes roll back in
yeah.
his head, and then
he
he got him with
kind of just standing there, and they hit him,
the
barely
left.
got him, and he was like,
Well, he was already starting to go back with that right,
Yeah.
but he laid there
then-
against the fence and just waited. And that one hammer fist.
dude, it was so loud that first
That's
hit.
I watched that and I said, man, he's dead. I really thought
Yeah.
that was, if anybody was ever going to die in a fight, your chin getting dropped through the back of your neck would be close to doing. Is that a way to kill somebody? Chin this way, or would it be better up?
Oh, it depends on where their spine is.
All right.
Yeah.
He's on the ground.
If they're bending down tying their shoes, you want to turn their head, and then it's the JFK back into the left.
Yeah.
Snap into it.
Snap into it.
Snap into a
Neck
JFK,
jam.
I guess.
Well, not a JFK. You just call it that. We're not supporting that. We're just saying location. That's how he's.
I mean, the government. did
He's
that
identifying location. It was Ted Cruz's dad. We know it.
Anyway. No.
It's been proven by Trump.
Have you watched any of the slap fight stuff?
A little bit. I'm not that entertained by it. I mean,
Have
I
you
am.
noticed that Forrest Griffin's one of the fucking catchers?
Uh-huh.
What does he do? Why is he
I
that?
think because he's working for me. He needs the money.
I don't think he needs money, but I don't know why he's doing it. I don't understand it. Why isn't there like just a net behind him?
Because I think that makes part of the fun of it.
I don't think that's fun at
you work
all.
with your guys back there. It's probably one of his guys he's catching or people
I
he
think they
works
should kind
with.
of have him like a bar or something just right. Probably like knee,
Ooh, they need a shock shield.
like your knee elbows, your knee pits. Like
But when
right
you
there,
got
so
knocked
when
out,
you
there
get
was always
knocked out,
somebody there to catch you.
Yeah, but they don't catch those guys hardly ever.
I know,
Like,
it's funnier.
I don't know. But it's so bizarre how it's like, okay, I'm going to do 3 swings and hit. And it's like, but don't you fucking flinch when this guy's going to slap
Well, and
the
if you
shit out
do,
of
then I get to
Yeah.
redo it or
Yeah, then you get to do it again. But could you imagine just standing there and just like, do it? And those guys are going to have so much ear problems, and that's worse than getting punched in the face.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
That's
What?
what they're going
What'd
to
you
be like
say?
the rest of their life.
All I
Yeah.
can hear is the emergency broadcast system.
Yeah,
That's it.
I don't know. I no thanks. It's just even like the bare knuckle stuff. Like all these guys are getting beat out of
UFC and then
UFC, and then they're going in. Like that caveman who hasn't won a fight in I don't know how long is.
I just saw that Ngannou or whatever his name is. He thought that he was going to get all this money, but now he's not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and
he's got.
after he
Well,
turned
nobody wants out. Nobody wants none of these fights. He wants all these boxing matches, but he wants a top boxing match, and he's gonna take a. He's gonna have to fight a Jake Paul to get that, and Jake Paul ain't fighting him.
He would kill. I mean, he would hurt Jake Paul bad.
Well, you'd hurt Jake. No, not really. I don't know.
Maybe if I could hit him. Maybe if I
Let's see
could
if you
hit him
could
like in
catch
the
him.
slap fight thing.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Like if do it, but change it. Like where it's just standing there, you get to hold on to something, but it's punches.
Yeah.
So you guys but have you seen that? Like where those two dudes are like in a cage or in the
when they're
little
in, like,
the
a
phone booth,
they're like,
and just going at it, dude, until
Have you
one
seen
gets
that?
dropped. That is nuts.
that Ryan Garcia kid.
Uh-huh.
Could you imagine getting a phone booth
Yeah,
with
with
Ryan
him.
Garcia and he's like,
Yeah, the
Energizer Bunny.
Uh-huh.
What do you think him does to his girlfriend? Just fucking like that, just Energizer Bunny.
That's what
fucking
that's the same thing. I
turbo
call it the
speed.
1-inch punch. I've been doing 1-inch punches.
He's doing
all
1-inch
my life,
punch
man.
all
Well,
his-
not all my life. Since I was 13 or 11.
Only since you're 11. Only since you're in 3rd grade.
Before we move to, I don't know if you want to get a story ready or whatever. We got
Well,
some
Skin
other
Man's
stuff.
ready. You can go first.
Okay, we'll send it back to him in a second. I did finish, or we got our first ever, and we'll walk over. I meant to have it in the studio, but we got our first ever order for a Liberal gun safe delivered over the weekend. It was delivered, and so from them, they delivered it, and I've got a couple things. It was supposed to be the His and Hers edition. They've renamed it to the Partners edition. It's 2 keys. There are different keys, so you give your partner a key, and you get a key. That way there's no violence in the home. If ever a break-in, you just wake her up, say, honey, we need to get it.
So
it's,
when you
or
wanna
him,
So
whatever
when
it
you
is.
want to kill your old lady, how do you get the key from her to get the
You
gun?
don't. That's
Oh.
the point. It's so that's one of their first editions. We're working on a couple more, but that was part of it. Their slogan, their motto: "It's safe because it's a safe."
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we're keeping guns safe.
Mhm.
It's worked for nukes since the 40s.
Yeah, you gotta have.
And it's never needed more than right now. I mean, because if say a husband and a wife, say your husband does decide today's the day, honey, I've lost it.
Sick. Of
I
your
need
shit.
key number 2.
Yep.
Well, not even her. He's gonna go take out the neighbor or whatever it is. And she says, "No, you're taking me to the store. We got to go get groceries. No, we got the soccer game." And he says, "Can't get number 2?" And she says, "No." And he just puts it in his pocket. And he moves on, and he's fine.
It gives him a cool down period.
You don't think so?
I don't think he's fine.
That's
at
not
all.
how it fixes it.
No.
He's fine. He's passed it on.
Well, we move it on. You move it on. You put it. You bury it deep, and you go on to tomorrow.
Well,
Okay.
see, that'll also
Liberal gun safes.
Because I mean, according to all liberals, it's the guns that kill people, not the people that
Exactly.
kill people.
Exactly.
I mean,
But
these
this-
AR-15s are just getting up and walking
but
around killing people all over the
we're
place.
addressing both issues. We're addressing
Yeah.
the people
Mm-hmm.
and the guns.
Yeah.
So we're addressing both.
You just,
The
like,
gun
you just fucking
can't.
solved it, dude.
That's why I said the guns can't get out and well, they've got so many more additions to come.
I mean, this is right up there. I mean, nothing's gonna beat Gladiator Golf, but that's like
That's up there, man. I'm
It's up
telling
there.
you, we're solving problems here every day. And I know it seems like just fart jokes and a bunch of stupid stuff, but we're solving problems, okay?
I think we're doing good.
What'd we get kicked off of
Today?
during that?
Nothing so far.
yeah.
We're live on Clapper still.
We just
by
kept-
the way, thank you, Clapper. Hold on, I'm going to go plug you in. You guys talk for a second.
You know, we only get kicked off of Facebook if we play Roman Reigns music. That's all you know. You played 10 seconds of Roman Reigns music. First off,
Shut her down. That's it.
I get super horny, and so does every girl out there. I mean, that's just what happens, right?
And Vince gets mad with that black mustache and says, "Shut it down."
Get those middle of the road fuckers and shut them down.
All right. Well, I just speaking of shutting it down, this Bud Light stuff is getting crazy. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Anti-woke is basically becoming woke. Just so we know. So I've got a list. You've got a list.
I do have a list.
But
for
I
you.
said celebrities are boycotting it left and right. Powerful celebrities such as Kid Rock, Travis Tritt, and other powerhouse celebrities such as.
Okay. We've got Dana White,
Okay.
Colby Covington,
Okay.
Jorge Masvidal,
Okay.
Donald Trump.
Okay. I was hoping you were going to get me some musicians because mine were
Yeah.
musicians.
Well, I got. I
did-
have a couple. Elvis,
Okay.
Will Smith, because he was a musician.
He was.
Too.
He was.
He said he slapped the fuck out of anybody he saw with a Bud
Okay.
Light in their hand.
Okay. Got him.
Got him. And the number one beer drinker of them all, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But he never drank a Bud Light to begin with.
Oh, he drank Bud Lights.
Nah.
He's a Miller Lite.
But
So
here's what
he'd be like, instead of clacking them together and drinking them, he'd go,
It's so funny though that,
these
but he'll
beers.
buy 100 of them and do it. But
Yeah.
it's so funny that we're just now. My entire life since I've been drinking Bud Light, it's been the GAY beer or the pussy beer or the
I
whatever.
think so.
People have always called it the Bud Light. That's a
think
weak
it's just
beer. That's
you.
a wussy. No, it's everybody. That's
Everybody's an awful lot of people.
well, okay, it's not. It's a lot of people that judge Bud Light, but also the other half of people drink Bud Light. It's like the
I've never liked Bud Light.
It's like the Dallas Cowboys thing.
How many weddings have you gone to and it's Bud Light as far as the eye could see?
So here was my two things that I like how Coors Light is more manly because they have two
Because Brock Lesnar
blue.
likes Coors
They have
Light.
two blue mountains that tell you when it's cold enough to drink. Drink a Coors Light. You know, Bush Light. What is that? You're holding the bush. I mean, come on, that's
Bush?
not tough. Yeah, you're holding your old lady's bush in your hand. You know, okay, that's tough. No, I just love that it became.
It's gay because there's transgenders on it.
My godson, I don't think listens, and I don't. Anyways, so he posted the Travis Tritt thing, and my first response was, it says Travis Tritt is cutting all ties with Bud Light, and I just put laugh out loud. Bud Light has ties with Travis Tritt, and then
Probably sells at his concerts.
in his runner, he says he's going to stop carrying on his runner. But then you go to look at where his next concerts are. And we can bring it up if you want. It's 4 casinos, 6 bars, another casino. You can't tell a bar in a casino they can't serve Bud Light.
They
What
must-
you can say is, we're not going to serve it to my staff. You know, so
They probably have some kind of something we don't understand.
I know, but their runners is like the things you put on your list that you want them to serve. You know, your concerts, the foods, the vendors you allow there, and they're saying they're not going to. But I still just laugh. I mean,
Okay, we're already talking about this. You
Okay.
as a liberal, why do you think they're fucking pushing this shit so hard?
I think because it's doing this. I don't know. I honestly don't
Like,
know.
what's-
I don't even agree
it's-
with it.
it's
But
not helping
but they're-
unite
how are they
everybody.
pushing that hard by having a
That's why
transgender?
they're doing it.
But listen, here's what I say.
Huh.
They put Chiefs.
You don't say.
They put Chiefs things on cans, and that's way gayer to me. That offends me way more
That's as a
than a
Cowboys fan.
transgender. Well, I don't. That's
I'm not talking about just that. Just like, but
sorry, that was just a failed attempt at a joke. I get why you're angry. I don't get why you're angry.
no, I want to just know, why is this such a fucking thing now?
I
10
don't-
years ago, this was a thing. 5 years ago, it was not a thing.
Because that's what things happen when one side pushes back so fucking hard, like it's the devil. Like we make laws in our state that gays or transgenders can't play in sports in Kansas, when literally 2 and 4 years have went out for sports. It's things like that.
Yeah, but you just don't want boys playing with
I
girls.
get it, but we're not attacking any fucking laws that actually solve any problems, and everybody's up in arms and ready to put a law in about transgender bullshit, but nothing about guns, nothing about anything.
Yeah,
I
but
think,
we already know that doesn't work.
but it's also just what he said. It's what you said. It's to stop looking at the bigger picture. I don't think Bud Light's doing that. I think Bud Light
They just have some fucking idiot in there that's going
That's
to
running
ruin
the-
their sales.
You say that, but they
I
were.
saw this dumb bitch on TV.
It dropped
She's
huge,
stupid.
but it's going to pick up. It's just like Nike. Nike was going to burn because of Colin Kaepernick. They've reported records ever since. It only makes it bigger. It's just like the Trump. He says stuff to light fires. You guys are anti it. We're buying more of it than ever. I went and bought 40 cases this weekend
Gay beer?
of gay beer, you know. And I would give homeless people money. And actually, I don't even do that anymore. I say, "What do you drink?" And they tell me, and I go back and I bring them back fucking Bud Light.
And they're like, fuck it, never mind.
But they'll drink it still, you know.
They're like,
No.
I don't want
I
anyone to
don't know.
get drunk anymore.
I think it's just so funny that our side, and I'm starting to identify less with them, but except in some of these issues, but our side is the whiny, bitchy, whatever, and we put a transgender on a can, and we have the world fucking blowing up. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's because people that drink beer don't want to fucking deal with it.
But it's a special edition can, and they're not putting it on every can. You get to choose whether you want the gay beer can
Have
or
you
not.
found one yet?
No, I went and
No.
looked at like 5 places. They're not going to
Probably
serve.
not going to find them.
But it's just like I didn't want a Chiefs Bud Light can. I went and found one that was, you know, I mean,
They make Cowboys ones?
you have to go to Dallas. They're a area
Well,
select.
be like, yeah.
So I guess that's my side. I think it's stupid. I don't think
There are so
If
many
you-
great breweries around Dallas. Why would you drink Bud Light?
because I don't like any other beer because I drink to get drunk and to pee, and that helps to solve that at a great rate.
Lots of pee.
Yes, a lot of pee and I get a good drunk. So
I tell you, you would love Denton Brewing Company.
as I said, I'll do an Amstel. I'll do
Once
a.
they make gay beer,
But what's
Casey will
funny is
buy it.
that's what's funny. I got a guy that drank Michelob Ultra, mad about Bud Light being gay, you know, or whatever. I mean,
Michelob Ultra is not a gay beer.
I know you're right. It's
Fucking
fine. It's the
progressive.
toughest beer in the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
only 9.8 net carbs.
You're
you know,
mispronouncing water.
When I drink beer, it's Michelob Ultra.
I know you, but then there's nothing wrong with it. I've never made fun of you for
What did
it.
we have the other day that I drank?
You had a Miller Lite and Mountain Dew, and
No, when Lee was here, I drank something. It
Oh.
might have been a Bud Light.
you might have.
I have been a little gay lately.
No, I've noticed that.
Shit.
Uh,
Transgendered. I wore a dress after that, and I didn't even know why. But
yeah,
that's making
you've
sense.
been texting me, "Hey, sexy."
Yeah. My girlfriend.
News with Skin Man.
There you go.
78-year-old bank heist suspect handed a note to the teller that said, "I didn't mean to scare you."
Pause. I'm just going to lead off with he got here and said he forgot his glasses. That's why I got him the biggest laptop we have in here. We were going to put the story up on the TV for him, so we'll see how this goes. Go.
Bonnie
throw 'em
Goosh is jailed.
Douche?
Goosh.
Hmm.
Go get him, Goosh.
Yeah.
She's the Goosh.
Is that like goose?
You're a goosh if you do.
Goosh if you don't.
Jailed on $25,000 bond after she was charged with 1 count of stealing or attempting to steal from a financial institution in the holdup Wednesday in Pleasant Hill.
Listen, Sonny, I got to give my kids some Christmas cards. I'm sorry.
Oh, Granny.
She also was convicted of robbing a California bank in 1977.
Whoa.
Didn't do very good back then either.
We need to know if this is only her second attempt and they both went astray. She should quit. Start knitting or something.
And another one in Kansas City suburb Lee Summit in 2020.
Oh, she's been local. Thanks for shopping local.
Yeah. Do your crimes
Or
here.
stealing local. You know, do your crimes in a local place, you know? Help support local
Help
business.
support local business. Doing her part. I support local businesses by robbing only local brands,
Listen,
not chains.
their insurance covers it.
Yeah.
I've always been told that.
Yeah. I'm doing 2 at once. The bank and the
It's
insurance.
like Robin Hood, except for I keep it.
Yeah.
Her probation in the second heist ended in November of 2021, so time to reset that clock.
I love probation. She's too old to put her in jail. Let's try it again.
Court documents filed in Class County in the latest case said the robbery note demanded 13,000 small bills. Adding, "Thank you, sorry I didn't mean to scare you."
How many grandchildren? Is that one for each grandchildren? Like you got the great
Is a
grandchildren?
small bill $1? Anything under a 50 is.
She probably didn't
small,
want to
right?
get busted, so they don't look for like the 5s, the 10s, the
Yeah.
20s, and stuff like that. I'm guessing.
She's just trying to think back into her stripper days.
Oh yeah, she loved those. She loved those singles. But listen, she's just trying to put her kids through college.
Yeah.
Her
great-grandkids.
great grandkids.
She smelled strongly of alcohol.
Oh.
when
Oh,
officers
when Granny
stopped
gets
her
drunk, she starts robbing banks.
Mhm.
less than 2 miles away.
Grandma! Oh shit, she's been drinking.
With
Start looking at the banks, guys.
Only the local ones. Don't go to
Yeah,
fucking
don't-
Bank of America. She ain't in there.
No. God damn it.
with cash
Call her. Somebody
scattered,
call her.
with cash scattered on the floor of the car. Prosecutors are added.
Do I look like somebody that would rob a bank?
It's just sad, Pleasant Hill police chief said, adding
Wiggum.
that the suspect had no diagnosed ailments.
Kleptomania is a diagnosed
No.
element.
Alzheimer's is what he said.
Oh, okay.
Now
All right.
you could go ahead and
Dementia.
plan to go into an old folks home, or you can do a horrible job of robbing a bank
Yeah.
and live out the rest of your years.
Oh, I bet they do put them in like special care or something, and like get treated real good, special food. She probably like
Yeah.
works in the yard and like goes around and sews for people and makes like
Well,
mittens for the new freaking people and
used to-
stuff.
quilt, and her fingers were getting hurt, and he's like, "Oh yeah,
I got
now
something
your
you can
back's
do. Yeah.
gonna fucking hurt because you just put gardening goody grandma."
Now you're robbing banks for
Yeah.
me. Oh,
Look who just pulled yard duty.
Yep. So what
Mister.
what would be the worst crime that you would commit? You two.
To you
could-
two,
no,
man, I'd beat the fuck
you,
out. Oh,
you guys, what would be the worst crime you could commit
Not really, I
that
don't-
you knew, like if you knew you were gonna get away with it? Worst thing you would do?
I would definitely, if I could get away with like some Ocean's 11 stuff, I'm in.
Like robbing?
You call
like
it
a
that.
heist?
I call it that. I call it stealing from a bad man.
What about
Like
you?
if we could, especially if
you
we're getting
skin
Trump
man?
towers, sign me up. Not really. I would never.
I've always been a sucker for a free buffet.
Yeah, that's what you. That's
So if you
pretty
could
mild.
so you'd figure out how to steal free buffet cards.
Yeah.
mhm.
He would start a free buffet heist. Oh
That
shit,
was-
that might be better than mine.
Yeah, I would do something.
Oh,
a
no,
lot
I
worse
just
than
use
that,
them.
but
Well, you'd probably want to hurt somebody.
I'd kill somebody if I could get
Would
away
you?
with it. Yeah, fuck yeah.
See, I would never. But that's the difference in me. That's why I'm building, or I'm having people build liberal gun safes.
Yeah,
I've heard of ghost stories to where the person that you kill haunts you for the rest of your
yeah,
days.
but in this situation,
And you've
you
already
wouldn't.
got a guilty conscience. As tough as you think you are,
I don't have
you
a guilty
but
conscience.
not like like a how to describe that?
I
Like
ran over somebody on the way here.
you're an
Yeah.
emotional, or I don't think you do good with it. I don't
think
think
I'd be
you,
all
we
right with
just
it.
talked about your buddy finding pieces of a body over there and how that would f you up.
No, I said that effed him up.
You'd be cool with that.
I don't know.
You should become one of those like late night wrecker workers for extra cash because you get to see all that kind of stuff,
Or
bro.
like fucking pick up roadkill.
Well, that's just gross roadkill. That's skin
Skimmer's
lunch.
lunch,
That's
skin
different,
lunch.
bud. Skin lunch is different than freaking.
No,
you know.
I don't know.
Don't be giving away my secret
I guess
ingredients.
I guess the thing was you'd have no guilt after it.
Well, but there's no way that just because you get away with like me, I don't even think somebody that I would want to I could and not have guilt. Even I don't. Is there a pill you take that's the guilt free pill?
Yeah,
Because I can get how
it's
like
a red pill.
I could get how like hey. Your Masvidal or whatever you just gave Trump. You started a "Let's Go Brandon" chant. He wins and he says, "Listen, you got a free get out of jail card. Don't care." And then
Yeah.
Masvidal goes and maybe takes like an old like the kid.
Goes to Colby Covens.
I doubt that because that's too high profile. You couldn't write
Yeah.
that one off.
Did you hear what he's saying? He's like he's got brain damage, but yet he gets the next title shot. Like that don't.
Who Covington?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was just because he stepped in as that backup role for that one fight and really impressed Dana and.
Well, he's got the next title shot.
Well, I know that's what it's saying, but he was.
And he's gonna beat.
He would have been if either one of those would have dropped out of the last
Yeah.
fight. He was the backup for that title fight and would have been for a title then.
I really wouldn't kill anybody. Okay, guys.
We
That was
don't
just a
believe
joke.
you. We don't believe you.
TJ just blew up the city building.
I don't know. I think mine would be just setting my family and stuff up. If I could commit one thing that could figure out how to set like me, I would love to like go after like a a Wall Street pit boss or somebody that's been stealing money
What if you
from
could
all
just
of us.
break
All
into Charles Koch's house. Here
no,
in
I don't,
town
because
and-
he donates to my school. I'm not
yeah,
anti
but
him.
he gives you all the monies. It's
Oh,
not
if he
doesn't
gives
mean
it to
anti him.
me.
No, like you get into his house and you go past like his lockbox.
No, I don't want to pick Coke out. I want like I think there's like a group of like 12 or 13 people that decide Wall Street that have been messing with us for a long time, that are this Illuminati we've been searching for this whole time, that are not.
Well, you don't get it. You don't get to know that.
Well, I know, but I would like to find them.
They're the ones that are making us hate transgenders.
I'd like to
and all
whatever
the
I
rest
could
of
do
that
to
shit.
reset the financial system and my Fight Club. If ultimate dream,
Oh.
if you could do one thing, reset the financial institution, zero it out.
Speaking of Fight Club,
You were doing this finally?
a woman identified as a teacher at Griffin Middle School in Tallahassee, Florida, is facing charges. Just ruined it again. Really bad at this lately.
I did that one on purpose, dick.
Yep. Well, this is gonna you're gonna love this. Your favorite movie and kids fighting is facing charges for contributing to the delinquency of minor for what court documents call an alleged role in organizing fights in her classroom.
Who is this?
A teacher in Florida. The documents note that the school resource deputy was
Who'd
alerted.
she vote for?
I don't know. Alerted on March 24th that students were being allowed to fight in the 23-year-old Angel Footman's classroom. School administrators
Gets me hot when you kids fight.
were also shown videos that allegedly show several fights taking place between March 22nd and 23rd.
All right,
But
don't worry
listen.
about them boxing gloves. We're going prison rules today.
I don't know what your football coach
Fight
was
Club.
like, but we had many times where there was a situation. You started out with an Oklahoma or something, and if it
Ours never got like that.
we did. If it led to further, you
we
just
only
dealt
went
with.
full pads once a week.
But I would say even like, but there would be things going on throughout the week, or like between like me and one certain person, and
Nah,
he'd
we
come
didn't
to
have
side
that.
and just say, "Get it out here on the football field." So I'd rip his helmet off and just start swinging at him, and he'd
Yeah,
clear
we-
people out, and
we
then I'd
didn't
usually
have
get
that.
beat up, and then they'd move on.
No, we definitely didn't have that. According to documents, several sixth-grade girls told detectives that they participated in planned fights during school hours, and they alleged they were invited back for additional fights.
Bitch, I got Susie for the BMF belt after class.
Yeah. They also reported that Footman made statements including 30 seconds, no screaming, no yelling, and no phones.
You tap, you're a bitch, Susie.
Yeah.
You tapped last week in like 30 seconds.
Susie,
Bitch.
I'm fucking sick of your shit. Me and you, Fight Club.
Listen,
Aftermath.
I see you staring at Steve earlier. I'm going to fuck you up, Jen.
How do you think that works? Do you think they submit to the teacher and they're like, hey, I'm sick of this Susie's shit?
I think it becomes this. I think she's like the Dana White, and she oversees it, and she goes, Susie, Jenny's been calling you a bitch, so after class, you and her are going one-on-one.
Mhm.
I think that's how it went.
Fight to the death this time.
Nah, I don't think it's fight
Check
to
yes
death.
or no.
Nah, for the
Yeah.
BMF belt, you just
Or do you think she has it like on
BMF belt, you just take two average fighters and have them go. No.
Do you think it's like our spinning wheel that we had for
Yeah,
chance?
there you go.
She's- Jenny, okay. Susie,
Oh,
go
shit,
time.
they're best friends.
Yep. This is going to get weird.
Oh shit, Jenny,
Yep.
you just drew Shanae.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
it's like
She's
drawing-
got a mean right hook.
Yeah, you get like the whitest girl ever, like Susie, and it's like, you just got Shamiqua. I'm sorry, but this is
Well, I don't
not
know
gonna
about
go
that
good
because
for
you get. I don't know, Susie. She's a hair puller,
I don't
and
think
she
so.
swings hard,
You
man.
don't fuck around with those girls.
I don't know,
That's
man. I've seen some of those, and I watched a video here recently where it was like three girls surrounded a little white girl, and that little white girl
Beat
went
the shit out of 'em.
bonkers.
I watch too much shit on Twitter.
Oh,
where
she went
these-
Sub-Zero.
She did. She was.
Kids just
Get
beat the
over
shit
here!
out of
Oh,
her.
that's.
Some of that stuff's hard. I watched a really, really, really bad one today. Of
I do want to make a formal apology to you before we go any further.
what's that for?
I did not watch your movie. I will watch it this week.
Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah, and I know Skinman did not watch it either,
He was
so
busy
I am
barbecuing.
I'm apologizing for him as well.
I forgive both. of you.
My
See how that worked?
you did. Wow.
You said sorry, and then I said I forgive you.
You don't ask for apologies from people. Just wait for them.
No, I didn't ask for one.
No,
You
I know.
gave it, and
I'm
I
just saying,
said-
don't ask for them
Oh,
for
I
people.
know.
Just wait for them.
Yeah. We might be waiting.
I was going with your same thing. I was just.
Yeah.
So my new favorite person, who was my favorite person, who then I guess kind of fell off, and then came back, then actually did fall off a hill, and then come back as Tiger Woods. Okay,
It's like a roller coaster.
he has been a roller coaster. Okay, and
Jack and Jill.
and a lot of people want to say, you know what, I really commend him. I don't know if you can find the story, but I really commend him for his struggles after the wreck of, laboring through rounds of golf, putting up average scores and, usually withdrawing the last day. He's went through a ton of physical and mental stuff over the years. But he's seen through the darkness, and none of golfing or anything with that sports is why I love him. The story is, and you'll read it, but basically he broke up with his girlfriend by saying, hey, yeah, we're going to go on a trip. Locked the door when she went outside and was like, and the maid's like, Mr. Woods no here. No, he no here. No, Mr. Woods no here.
You're not coming with me.
No, she could go on the vacation. He just stayed in the house. He didn't go. He locked her out of the house is how I read it.
I like it. Well, I just looked up how many women Tiger Woods had sex with while he was married to his wife.
Could you scroll up?
How would you? That is not the task I gave you, but that's fine.
Because look on Tiger's face.
Well,
it's like
that's his
That's her.
girlfriend.
That's the one he
like
kissed
he's
her.
looking at you, and it's like, shut up.
Well,
Don't
apparently,
put a number on it.
Apparently, she was like, and this is from other people, but she was like dropping threats on him long ago. Like he didn't even wonder she'd been showing up at golfing things. He's like, I don't want you people to see you. Like, stop showing up.
You know who she looks like? The chick from fucking SNL that does the Debbie Downer jokes.
And she's not unattractive by no means. She's just not attractive by a lot of means.
Woods. Around 250 women is.
I know she's not thick enough for you, buddy.
How many he confessed to cheating on his former wife?
Oh, I'm sure, dude. He was slaying.
That's how you know his wife was a total dud of a lay.
She's
a freaking supermodel, and
that doesn't mean some people have a sex problem and an addiction, and it doesn't, it's not solved by the one they love. It can be solved. Sometimes it's like drinking, it's never solved by that bottle. You're chasing down to the bottom of it to get to that. It's the next one that might solve it. You know the one you're currently on is not gonna. It's the next one.
Now, from what I've heard, it's the ugly lot lizards that try harder.
Oh, we saw a prostitute today at work walk through our alley.
Yeah.
She's fucking bebopping down there.
Oh, dude, you go up there. If you go up to that Park City truck stop and just go, especially, I'm not saying I go every day after work between 5 and 5:10, but if you go right off by the McDonald's, if you get off that side and go to the McDonald's,
the
way
side?
station one over there, because it's an over the night. I've only actually like twice seen them, but like you'll go into the front like you're a regular patron, but out back, the back doors is where all the truckers come in and out, bud. And you'll see like a group of girls pull up, like two of them, and they're
just fucking
sexy
doing
dressed,
God's
coming to work.
man.
They come in, get their some snacks for the night, maybe a Bud Light,
get fucking Bud Light,
and then go outside and just work. Do work.
Got a nose like they didn't have a spot at the bench press.
Every time I see them, I always say, "Tell Andy I said hi."
Oh, Andy, yeah.
They're like, huh? And they're like, you'll know. He'll say hi back, and you'll know. You had another story. I have another sign I'm getting old is I keep saying Bubby. Like on the phone, I'm like, thanks, Bubby. I'll get with you or whatever. It's like
Isn't Bubby like a old? God, we're gonna get kicked off to something, but isn't that like what?
No, it's not Boobala.
Yeah, but don't Jewish people call their grandma Bubby?
Not on South Park.
Maybe I don't know, but I just like
I think it is
like it was a buddy, a bubby, like I don't know. It's like there used to be a guy in my town that said it, and he was like that quintessential old dude.
Jew?
No, I don't think he was a Jew in any way. I think he was just. I don't know if anybody identified.
His last name Rosenberg.
I don't think so.
Goldberg.
Nope. I think it was
Rogan?
Schwartz.
Schwartz is awful. I guess not.
No, I don't think it is. Maybe on some show you watched they did.
Maybe
so. But anyways, I didn't know. I've also been faking being nice a lot lately.
Yeah, right here. Beyond Bubby. Jewish grandparents' names.
I don't know. Well, I do it with mine's Bubby, so that's less.
Right there.
So apparently I'm calling a lot of people on the phone Jewish grandmas. It has not offended anybody yet.
You talking to him and Casey, can you put my trimmer line on? You're like, sure thing, Bubby. She's
Yeah.
like, how'd you know?
Well, I do it to guys. I do it
she
to
robbed that bank.
And I always anytime anybody asks for the bathroom, I just say around that corner, which depends on which way you identify. And I don't ever. It don't matter if they're
There's shit streaks in both of them.
It doesn't matter if they're the.
We don't clean either
If
one
I
of
could
them.
clearly tell,
Either one of them are clean.
If I could clearly tell which side they played for, or if they're the biggest chew tobacco wearing overall guy, and those guys sometimes get the most kick out of it, and sometimes those guys are like, guys, and I say, I drink Bud Light.
He goes, that makes a lot of
They
sense.
say, yeah, I know which one you use. I'll meet you in there in a minute, bud. You know,
Does
so
Corey take dumps there?
I don't know. Probably, I
You
would
ever
assume.
seen him go in there and take one?
I don't know. I'm not. I don't. I use the shop bathroom more than I use the customer's bathroom.
Okay.
There is I do a lot of my dookie in the customer's bathroom, but I don't. I try not to. I'm a home field advantage guy. We've talked about this. I would much rather hold one in and suffer, and then go home and barely be able to, than to do it when I'm comfortable and need
I've
to.
got my office is like right next to the shitter, and we have 2 in our spot, and everybody comes over from the other building to shit in our building.
it's
Like
clean.
you hear the door open,
close,
and it's like
and the bathroom
boom,
close.
and then it's like, and it's like somebody getting ready to come into my office because I shut my door, and I'm like, stop looking at TikTok or whatever I'm doing and pretend like I'm working. And then I hear the bathroom door shut, and I'm like, oh, someone's just coming to take a shit.
Well, that's how I felt like that Baker College over at North Rock Business Park I told you about. We'd go over there, and especially when we were there mowing, you'd walk in, and half the time they wouldn't even look up. They'd be like, bathroom. And they're a college. You know, like people are doing meeting in there, and you'd walk.
What was the place?
But they looked at me and never assumed I was there for college for some
29th
reason.
and Webb that we used to go.
Mm.
Cypress.
Oh,
That
yeah.
had a good bathroom, and it was AC.
We used to know when you're a mowing guy in Wichita or in any town, we could have started before it became a thing. Best bathrooms in like your, what is it, Yelp of bathrooms.
It'd be like,
if you're ever driving through Wichita and you're looking for a clean place to poop and maybe listen to some good smooth jazz, Baker University. I heard they got a decent college too. Never looked into that.
That's not even the point.
No.
Coffee table app.
It reminds me of the one bite everybody knows.
Yeah,
rules app.
one shit, everybody.
Yeah, one dump.
One dump.
Everybody
One dump,
knows
everybody.
the rules.
Yeah.
The bathrooms of Wichita.
Yeah.
How would you do that? Like we're gonna do a segment on that, and I'm gonna walk out of a bathroom and I'm gonna judge it. Like I give it a 4.3.
Yeah,
you know,
you need to start recording yourself. You're like, that was gross.
yeah. Look at that! It barely even cleaned it up. Oh no!
And then you're like,
I couldn't do that because I can barely stare at my own poop, let alone like send pictures of it.
you don't have to send pictures. No, you're doing like
No, I know. It's after I leave. No,
essence, and you're like,
yeah, I'll walk around the bathroom with the little thing. Yeah, you'll see this toilet paper dispenser. I had to change it myself.
you're
And,
like, I wouldn't use this again, but somebody like Conrad would definitely use this.
oh yeah, quiet. I noticed you can barely even see the kids' feet dangling beside you when they're pooping beside you. I mean, a lot of benefits to
Have
it.
you seen these
two-seater?
pranks that
Yeah.
people play where they like go into a stall and there's somebody next to them and they're like, oh man, I'm out of toilet paper, and then they got like fake shit on their
Yeah,
hands.
and they reach
or
their
they
hand.
like squirt shit on.
Uh-huh.
What would you do?
I'd freak out.
Would you be fucking kicking the door in to throw hands?
If they touched me, but if they just reached under, no, I'd probably
No, if
get
they
the joke.
reached under with fucking shit, fake shit on
But as
their
long as they
hands
didn't
and it
touch
got
me.
yeah, they're rubbing on your hand. That's
Well,
the
then I
point.
would probably.
They
I'd
gotta
I'd
come
lick
out
it-
of there sometime.
You'd be like,
I'd lick it real
You
quick and make
cute.
sure it was poop, and then, like I always do. Well, since COVID, I can't smell. I'm sorry. And so,
disgusting.
well, luckily it was not. It was chocolate. Okay.
Mhm.
I used to shred paper, and for a business, and
I used to
there was one of
shred
the-
skateboards.
Yeah.
one of the
For
banks
fun.
downtown on the 3rd floor. They had.
Did you work for Shred It?
No,
Oh, okay.
they had.
I've never known
some
anybody that
gig.
worked for
He
Shred
just
It.
went up there
He
with
just went up there. I'll take your
with
paper.
scissors.
He's fucking reading the shit while he's cutting. I forgot my glasses. Oh well.
Let me get that for you.
But I was in there. I was
Continue.
in the stall. Just going number 2, and then I hear the door open, and this guy goes, "God damn it! Every fucking day!" And he
Somebody's-
slams the door.
Somebody, he can't even go get a cup.
It was everything I could do not to just bust out laughing.
Have you ever been like number 3 in a bathroom and somebody comes in and you're just like, that is fucking rude, but I shouldn't do it at urinals. I get it.
That is
But-
weird. You're gonna make the sex offender list after this show.
That's why I go to the Phillips 66.
Hey, Skin Man, you had at least one more over there. News.
Man in southern China jailed for scaring neighbors' 1,100 chickens to death amid feud.
Where are they at, Skin Man?
Southern China. A man in southern China was sentenced to prison after he snuck into his neighbor's properties and scared 1,100 chickens to death. A man identified only by his last name, Anderson, snuck into his neighbor John's chicken farm and used a flashlight to frighten the chickens, causing them to kill each other.
Kill?
John also does fireworks and burritos, just so you know.
The light from the flashlight terrified the chickens, causing them to flee in a corner of the coop where they trampled over one another trying to get away.
God damn.
Sorry, I pictured it.
Well, see, that's how you hear about these like at concerts or something like that. You hear about these trampling deaths.
Yeah, Great White.
It's proof it can happen. Chickens too.
What's that? Travis Scott or whatever.
Travis Tritt. There's like 4 people running out of his concert, and one of them tripped and fell.
Devil.
Randy Travis. See, I can do it too.
Mm-hmm. Randy Travis can't even sing. He's like, I can't sing no more.
He was just doing Randy's or Travis Tritt's, Randy Travis, and we were going off.
Randy Orton.
There you go.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
You got to give us a second. What's that? 21 Savage. Yeah, now try to find something off 21
Jump Street.
Damn it. That's not a name.
It works.
Name of the show.
What you got?
Nothing.
All right.
The incident came during a feud between the two neighbors that began in April 2022. Well,
A pin?
Today.
So you win.
Anyway.
Prize Bank.
Oh, we're listening still.
When Anderson cut out John's trees without his permission.
Neighbor, see, this is what's brewing up over here. I started finding metal like to build my fence. Like I'm going to get the metal like they use at salvage yards to keep people out, and that's what I'm going to build along my fence line here. So a John chicken situation don't happen.
You don't need.
They got 17 chickens over there. I don't know what I could do with the flashlight. Nothing, because the guy that lives next to them makes fireworks. I'm pretty sure the next week we're going to be doing a story on him.
John's wife then towed the trees away, which infuriated Anderson. Anderson then snuck onto John's property one night and startled the chickens. Yeah, we already did this. The police arrested Anderson and ordered him to pay John 3,000 yen, which is roughly $436.
It's really not bad. That's a good prank. How can you be? I mean, it's a flashlight, okay? And listen,
get over it.
Did you train your chickens to not be scared of flashlights? My chickens aren't scared of flashlights,
You think your dogs would eat a chicken if they get a hold of one?
Oh, yeah.
Probably. I mean, I don't know if...
But they're vegetarian dogs.
My 2 aren't. The puppies aren't. They eat chicken. That's the only thing they eat. Their food has chicken.
But Tank wouldn't.
Oh, he eats moles and shit. Well, he don't.
He eats his own poop.
Yeah, he don't eat moles. He's the weirdo. He'll find one, like him and Princess used to hunt him, but then he would take him under the thing, and he would play with him like a toy. He'd start smelling like death because I finally caught him. He's laying on the ground, rubbing himself on it,
shit.
and the freaking weirdos, man. Dogs are so weird. I don't know why we like them.
I don't know. I just wonder.
I still like dogs better than people.
I watch my dog shit every morning.
Why?
Because I got to make sure he does, or he'll try to shit in the house.
We don't have to watch him though.
I gotta let him
when he
know
starts
that
to
he
when he
can't
starts
see
to
me.
squat. You gotta.
No, I gotta watch him until I know he's fucking doing.
Okay,
the
I thought you were.
But it's a sneaky pooper.
Yeah, so he'll just walk around. He's sniffing all over the place. It's like, dude, just shit. Can you imagine if people were like that? Like we're just walking out in the yard's like, this ain't it. Oh, this is a spot. It's weird.
That's why I went to the 3rd floor in that bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else you want to do before we get out of here?
Anderson was sentenced to 6 months in prison and 1 year probation.
For 300,000 yen?
Man, I would have paid the
Not
fine.
so bad.
And on top of it, I would have rather just paid the fine.
Yeah, but you go to Chinese prison, you're in fucking
You're
a labor
done.
camp or something like
Yeah,
that.
you're working with the Weigers.
Yeah. Yep. I just got one more story. Okay, we're on a plane crashing. What's the percentage, or what's your chances you think you could, on a scale of 1 to 100, that you could land the plane? What do you think?
Man, I've played quite a bit of Flight Simulator. Not the same one that those guys played. I know where you're going with it. 1 in 100, 6.
6%?
Yeah.
Skim man.
What was the question?
If you were on a plane,
what kind of plane?
like a
737?
No, like a single engine. You think you could land the plane?
Oh, that I could land a crop duster.
Not a crop duster. Something like this.
I'm raising my percentage up to 12.
12.
I'm going back down to 9.
I'm pretty sure that 60% of everyone on the plane would be able to walk away from the crash.
See, that's
I wouldn't
confident.
call it landing.
So there's a non-instructional
I wouldn't call that
video.
landing.
A quarter of people thought they could land a plane. Video was shown to 780 people. At a retired New England pilot told the researchers the video was 100% useless for training purposes.
I landed it on the roof.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's fun to fuck with. But it's fun to fuck with old people.
I like how Skinman said it. He's pretty sure 60% of the people would live in the flight. He didn't say he was going to land it smooth. He's just saying
he
that
said
we're
it.
gonna
He
get
said
there
it. And
without-
he said in the crash, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, he did say crash. Yeah.
Hard crash.
I'm gonna hit the ass first though, and hopefully just
Make it jump.
So the first requirement is that you have balance and coordinations of many things like speed, altitude, weather, runway conditions, and if you're drunk, if you are, just how drunk.
That'd actually be my bet. If I was drunk, would be
I think
my
it'd be
best
better.
chance.
Yeah, you'd
I'd
be
stay
more
way
calm.
calm.
Yeah, you'd just be like,
I'm a calm drunk.
I could do this.
Yeah, I think I can do this. It'd be a false. It'd be a false confidence because we'd also then be flying sideways.
I
Like,
just the
I
only
got
thing
it.
would be, the only thing I think you would maybe get like sick, like once because like
I'm
vertigo
sick the
type
minute I
stuff.
start flying. So yes.
It'd get you vertigo.
And if I could
first.
see out in front of me while we were doing it,
I've
I'd
never
be
done that.
Ralphing. I'd be
I know my cousin Cole, we were doing snow removal and he was in my buddy's skid steer and he made it like it was a very short amount of time, like 10 minutes. And he was just puking
Being trapped
his
in
fucking
there.
guts out. He was like, I got fucking vertigo. I don't even know which way's up or down. I'm like, Cole, you're a fucking skid steer. You're not like going up and down.
Apparently
He's
he's
like,
bouncing
I can't,
around.
man. I can't.
yeah.
It was, I mean, it's a true thing, I guess.
You got to leave that rudder alone on that skid steer.
Yeah. I guess if you're just doing, when those guys get to bouncing like that.
Oh, I've seen people on a walker or whatever. That's
Yeah.
where I was. That was my reference. Was
Bucking
the
on a
bonk, bonk,
Fucking-
bonk. I've rode those out. I think I could ride a plate
Yeah.
bucking out. So
My
the joysticks are similar.
I remember my first time driving a walker was out at that Ridge Lakes, and what was that old that fucker we didn't like with the gut on him
I don't know.
from Suburban that with the big man gut. Spore.
Are you talking about the man Pooch? Kent Spore.
Yeah.
Well, don't
And
say gut. Say Pooch. He has a
Okay.
Pooch. He has a big.
He was like, hey,
He's the guy you can't tell if he's the original unisex.
He's like Pat.
Yeah, he's like he's Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, he was like,
there's
hey,
no
let's
dick there.
cross cut down this hill on your first time on a walker towards the lake. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, he liked to do that stuff.
Thanks for training people the right way.
Yeah, he was a unique piece of guy. Well,
That's all I got.
like to thank our sponsor again, Viking Revolution Beard Wash.
Viking Raiders.
Nope, Viking Revolution.
You think I'd work on my beard?
Yeah, it would help. It would help.
Look how much growth I've.
That is getting thick, man. Getting thick. It's getting grayer every time it grows back in, though.
That's rude.
I didn't want to tell you that.
That was rude.
Remember to
You look real good in November.
remember to try the Universal Barber discount next time you go to your local barber.
Okay.
Uh,
I want to thank our
We are-
call-in person. I really appreciated that.
yeah, that was nice. I think I actually had 2 more calls from him. We'll save those.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's jumped on for the journey. He was on. I mean, he wished you happy 40th, and that's what 5th episode. He
Yeah.
made it all the way up to, the cat, Tommy the Cat, which is almost
Did
the
he
end of season
subscribe
1.
to our OnlyFans?
No, but we do have a new Spotify and Apple follower, and it's Ronald Not Yump. I don't know. It was like a weird.
That is weird.
I don't know.
Weird.
And then there was another one that was not Donald Trump, but I
Okay.
figured that was definitely not him. So we appreciate it. Thank you guys. Find us somewhere. Spotify, Linktree, / the middle of the road.
Boobies aren't things that give you milk.
You
Boobies
get
are
in my
things that
face with that,
kill
I'll
you.
beat your goddamn ass, you son of a bitch.
I
You
will
piece of
beat
shit.
your ass. What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?